Quarantine Zone. The last check is a fun, repeatable, relaxing time. It's weird. It's morally unhinged. It's mechanically simple, but strangely addictive. Few games let you stare at people this long before making a life or death decision with a gun. It's not flawless, it's not deep, but it is extremely enjoyable. Quarantine Zone, the last check gets a 7 out of 10. If you enjoyed this review, leave a like and subscribe for more gaming reviews. See you next time. This game is soaked in Euro-jank. The character models look like asset store leftovers. Animations clip. Things are stiff and awkward, but that's part of the charm. It feels like one of those weird European indie projects that somehow survives entirely on vibe and confidence. But then there's the Devolver Digital polish layered on top. The voice acting is far better than you'd expect. The UI is clean, the pacing works, the entire thing feels intentional. I played this on PC Game Pass, where it appeared just 3 days before launch. It's also on Steam, but Game Pass is absolutely the best way to experience it if you can. The shooting is shockingly good. Body shots send people flying like ragdoll curling stones across the floor. Headshots trigger slow motion kill cams as the body collapses in spectacular fashion. It never stops being funny. The music is sparse, but what's there fits the mood perfectly. A mix of paranoia, dark comedy, and power fantasy. You are a psychopath with absolute authority, and the game leans into that. And most importantly, it never overstays its welcome. Between inspections, you're also running the base. Every successful check earns you currency. That money goes toward upgrading your tools and expanding your facilities. You build a canteen to produce food, a clinic to provide medicine, a lab to research new symptoms. Everything requires power. Power comes from a generator that burns fuel. Fuel costs money, and suddenly you're managing a full survival economy while also playing a human inspection death game. Side missions add another layer. Some of them are darkly hilarious, like being ordered to execute someone with specific looks and symptoms because they're secretly a serial killer. Others are basic fetch quests. One of them had me bonking rats with a hammer. It was sad, but the $1,200 reward helped me get over it. Eventually, you unlock a laboratory where you sacrifice infected civilians to discover new symptoms. You physically rip organs out during a little minigame, and honestly, it works way better than it has any right to. Mouse and keyboard feels great. Controller is playable, but noticeably worse. Later in the game, infected people start fighting back. They get aggressive if you quarantine them or take too much of their stuff. That's when the shooting comes in. And yes, you get a gun. At its core, Quarantine Zone is about inspecting people. Early on, it's simple. You look for obvious signs of infection, things like bite marks, bloody wounds, strange rashes, or jaundiced eyes. But the game slowly adds more complexity as you progress. Every symptom is ranked with a color. Green means safe, yellow means suspicious, red means infected. Green, send them through. Yellow, quarantine them and see what happens. Red, they go into the killing room. And yes, that means you execute them. As the days go on, you unlock more tools. You get a thermometer to check body temperature, a pulse meter to monitor heart rate, a reflex hammer that makes infected people jerk the wrong limb when struck. You can also smack people in the face or hit them in the groin. It serves absolutely no medical purpose, but it's funny, and that's reason enough. Eventually, you're given a Grok style scanning gun that lets you see through people's clothes, except for their underwear. The moment you receive it, another soldier tells you to keep it away from the perverts, which pretty much tells you everything you need to know about the tone of this game. By the final days of my campaign, each person could have 5 or more symptoms, and I was catching every single one. The game trains you well, and the rhythm becomes genuinely satisfying. You play as what I can only describe as a budget bin soldier from the United States Army, Marine, Navy Corps. You're a fresh recruit stationed at a quarantine gate where desperate civilians are trying to escape the infected zones. Your job is to inspect them all. You're looking for signs of the zombie virus. You're checking their documents. You're monitoring their physical condition. And on top of that, you're also responsible for keeping the entire base running, including food supplies, power generation, medicine, and more. Every 5 days, you send out a group of survivors to an evacuation convoy. But here's the twist: some of those survivors might turn while waiting, or turn during transport, or just straight up lie to you. The campaign took me about 6 hours to finish, and it includes an endless mode if you want to keep playing beyond that. It's a surprisingly complete package for a game that just kind of dropped out of nowhere. Quarantine Zone. The last check was a surprise drop into PC Game Pass, and it immediately grabbed my attention. On the surface, it looks like a simple Papers, Please style inspection game, but once you actually start playing, it becomes something far more unhinged, stylish, and weirdly satisfying. This is a fully 3D, Euro-jank powered zombie apocalypse border control simulator published by Devolver Digital. And if that sentence sounds like nonsense, good, because that's exactly the vibe this game is going for. You're stationed at a quarantine checkpoint during a full scale zombie outbreak. Your job is to inspect every survivor who wants to pass through your gate. You'll scan them, you'll poke them, you'll grok scan through their clothes, and when necessary, you'll shoot them in the face. It's not perfect, but it is absolutely fun.